transport in Ethiopia is overseen by the Ministry of Transport and Communications. Over the last 7 years, the Ethiopian federal authorities have significantly increased funding for road construction. Road projects now represent around a quarter of the annual infrastructure budget. Additionally, through the Road Sector Development Program, the government has earmarked $4 billion to construct, repair and upgrade roads over the next decade. Railways. Ethiopia is building a standard-gauge railway network to connect the major population centers and ports on the Gulf of Aden. The Addis Ababa-Djibouti Railway is scheduled to begin operations in September 2016. Other railways are under construction. Highways is the first part of a 10-year road sector development program. Between 1997 and 2002, the Ethiopian government began a sustained effort to improve its infrastructure of roads. As a result, as of 2002, Ethiopia has a total 33,297 kilometers of roads, both paved and gravel. The share of federally managed roads in good quality improved from 14% in 1995 to 31% in 2002 as a result of this program, and to 89% in 2009. The road density increased from 21 kilometers per 1,000 square kilometers to 889 kilometers per 1,000 square kilometers. However, this is much greater than the average of 50 kilometers per 1,000 square kilometers for Africa. The Ethiopian government had begun the second part of the Road Sector Development Program, which was completed in 2007. This had involved the upgrading or construction of over 7,500 kilometers of roads, with the goal of improving the average road density for Ethiopia to 35 kilometers per 1,000 square kilometers, and reduce the proportion of the country area that is more than 5 kilometers from an all-weather road from 75% to 70%. According to the government of Ethiopia, it has spent over 600 billion birr on infrastructure since 1990. Total 101,359 kilometers. Asphalt 90,336 kilometers. Gravel 11,023 kilometers. Maintained by regional government 86,580 kilometers. Major roads include: Number 1, north from Addis Ababa 891 kilometers via Dessie to Adigrat, from Dessie to Weldia, designated part of the Djamena-Djibouti Trans-African Highway 6. Number 2, east from Dessie 482 kilometers to Uaseb. Number 3, north from Addis Ababa across the Blue Nile at Djena and again at Bahir Dar, east around Lake Tana 979 kilometers via Gondar and Axum to Edwa, designated part of the Cairo-Cape Town Trans-African Highway 4 from Addis Ababa to Gondar, and part of TAR 6 from Wireta to Gondar. Number 4, east from Addis Ababa 542 kilometers via Dadawa to Jijiga. Number 5, west from Addis Ababa 322 kilometers to Nekem. Number 6, south from Addis Ababa 797 kilometers via Shash Uminata Moil, designated part of TAR 4. Number 7, southwest from Addis Ababa 336 kilometers via Waliso and Jimma to Bonga. Number 8, south from Adama 193 kilometers via Asela and Dodola to Mogadishu. Number 9, south from Addis Ababa via Butajira, Sodo and Arba Minch to Yablo. Number 15, east from Adwa 109 9 kilometers to Adigrat. Number 30, southeast from Ji-Elle, 696 kilometers across the Ogaden to the Ji-Elle Valley. Number 43, southwest from Nechem, 226 kilometers to Metu. Number 44, southeast from Shashamene, 308 kilometers to Dolawado. Wireta Waldia, 294 kilometers. Amhara's connection from number 3 to number 1. Designated part of the Jamena-Djibouti Highway Expressways. The Addis Ababa-Adama Expressway was completed in 2014 as the first expressway in Ethiopia. In December 2015, construction began on a second expressway between Awassa and Modho, where it will connect to the existing expressway. Dangers of vehicular transport. It is said that Ethiopia has the highest rates of traffic fatalities per vehicle in the world. This is due to many factors. For example, the roads are poorly maintained, lightened and marked, which are major factors in road accidents. Another major factor is the people themselves, who ignore the rules of the road. The disregard of road safety puts every other driver at risk. Due to this, foreigners are advised to keep a safe distance from the car in front of them because the driving is unpredictable. Anything can happen in the blink of an eye. Even the surroundings involving transport can be incredibly dangerous. For example, there are instances when carjackings and robberies occur on highways or streets that are away from the public eye. Due to this, people are forced to be highly alert of the surroundings, such as checking to make sure no one is lurking around the vehicle before entering and avoiding nighttime travel. Ports and harbors. Ethiopia is landlocked and was by agreement with Eritrea using the ports of Aseb and Massawa since the Eritrean-Ethiopian War. Ethiopia has used the port of Djibouti for nearly all of its imports. Only one river, the Baro, is used for transport. Merchant marine. Total 12 ships or over, totaling 84,915 GRT, 112,634 tons deadweight. 9 ships, 81,933 GRT, 101,287 DWT. Ships by type: cargo ship 7, container ship 1, petroleum tanker 1, roll-on, roll-off ship 3, 1. Airports. There were an estimated 84 airports in 2005, only 14 of which had paved runways as of 2005. The Addis Ababa airport handles international jet transportation. Before the Ethiopian Civil War, the national carrier, Ethiopian Airlines, flew to numerous African, Asian, and European cities, and had sole rights on domestic air traffic. In 2003, about 1.147 million passengers were carried on domestic and international flights. Paved runways total over 3,047 meters, 2,438 to 3,047 meters, 1,524 to 2,437 meters, 914 to 1,523 meters. 1 unpaved runways total over 3,047 meters, 2,438 to 3,047 meters, 1,524 to 2,437 meters, 914 to 1,523 meters, under 914 meters, 23.